In the opening of manhwa we can see a woman standing and staring from outside of window. She thinks I did everything I could. Then lightning flashes. I endured 3 years in this awful place. I can't take it anymore. She clenched the medicine in her hand and takes all sleeping pills in one go and drink wine instead of water. See, empty the whole bottle. While drinking she thought she wants to end this all. She is tired of all the mockery. I have no attachment to this life. For me to not even have someone to say goodbye to before dying. How did things come to this? She thought about her past. I was born as the sole princess of La Crowned, and lived such a blessed life, more than anyone else. Would things have been different had I not married that man? What does it matter at this point? They're all in the past. While staring her engagement ring, she said farewell to her husband. A flashback of her past appear in front of her eyes. 3 years ago, before her marriage, a business led by the La Crowned royal family ended up failing, and the king passed away before he could resolve the chaos. Every day, the protesters became angrier in front of palace, demanding the royal family should pay with their lives for this catastrophe. Ultimately, they started riots. They surrounded the castle and threatened the royal family. The royal family sat in debt, while royal family was facing crisis. A man named Winter Blooming was in need of a peerage. He is an illegitimate child of Duke Blooming, birthed by an outlander mother. Though he is the eldest son of the Blooming household, there was very little chance that he would inherit the title of Duke, as he is a child of mixed blood. The only thing he had was his talent in making money and amassing wealth. In La Crowned, there are 2 ways to earn nobility: first inheritance and second marriage. So that leaves one way for Winter to earn nobility, and that was to marry a member of the royal family. He gave up what was essentially his entire fortune, and repaid the royal family's massive debt. In return, Princess hand in marriage he will get a noble title. So this is how Princess and Winter got married. I now pronounce you husband and wife. During marriage ceremony, Princess thought highly of her husband Winter Blooming. I didn't know Winter Blooming was such a charming man. Her heart's thump. Who would have thought that I would fall in love at first sight with a man who'd become my husband? I hope he liked me too. Far more mature than I have heard. Princess held Winter hand and said, I realize I am a very fortunate person to have met you. Hearing Princess words, Winters is actually shocked and he can't say word. Their sweet talk got interrupted by Princess brother Ash Lawrence, Violet's older brother. He said, everyone, thank you for attending today's wedding reception. I am sure you all know that Sir Winter Blooming has given 24 million Lakhni for this marriage. Princess thought why he needs to keep mentioning that again. The Ash, her older brother, announced thanks to his generosity, most of the royal family's debt has been repaid. However, we don't want to end it there. The royal family would like to apologize for putting the nation in crisis. As such, we will dissolve the royal family and bestow all authority to the parliament. The Lawrence household will also renounce our nobility. In simple words, from now there will be no royal authority. Now kingdom will become democratic and parliament members will run kingdom, which means then the title for which Winter spent half of his wealth now he will not get it, causes only royal family can grant new titles. Ash did this on purpose, causes royal family has no money means no power, but Ash wants power anyhow, so he used this tactic so that he can pay off debt and kingdom authority, and he can also make nobles happy, causes nobles never wanted Winter to get title. After hearing this, the banquet filled with noble people chatterings that how the title that was supposed to be bestowed to the princess's husband has vanished into thin air, I guess. Nobles was enjoying Winter's despair. Someone said, I heard he was an excellent businessman, yet he was scammed into a marriage. Serves him right for trying to get nobility as an outlander. The wine glass Winter was holding shattered and Princess is startled. She called his name Winter, but Winter left the room in anger. Meanwhile, noble people appreciating Ash for his decision. What an excellent decision. For the royal family to willingly surrender their authority, what a great wisdom. Ash is enjoying his attention and shamelessly smiling. Seriously, how can he smile after selling his sister, and then betraying her husband? He not even once thought about how hard life will become of his sister. Princess is standing alone, no one is on her side, even her mother. People who hate Winter start attacking Princess Violet and said she tricked Blooming household for marriage. She should return their money. How can she do this? Seriously, these so-called two-faced nobles harassing Princess to show off their authority. After the Ash declaration, that was only the start of the tragedy that was to come in Princess life. Princess Violet is thinking about her encounter with her husband and in-laws before taking such unthinkable decision. She ran barefoot in the corridor for her husband, and her maids are shouting, "Madam Violet, you have to return to your bedroom." Violet garb her husband and hand and beg, "Please don't go, please stay for just one more night. Mother-in-law is having a party tonight. Let's go together." She keeps begging, but her husband said, "I will be back in a week. You can go to the party yourself." Or just say you're sick and skip it. Winter thought that Violet want to avoid parties causes she may thought the party's preparation aren't up to her standards causes this is what Winter's family keep telling him, so he awesome that. But Princess Violet is devastated by his cool reply and said, "If it were that easy, I wouldn't even be asking you." Winter gave Violet cold shoulder and said, "While you continue to waste my time, do you know how much I could have made?" Maid whispering, "You should stop, Madam Violet." Winter in cold tone, "Did you forget how I lost 24 million lachney trying to buy the status that you were just born with?" Princess, "I know, but..." Winter flink his hand from Princess and said, "If you know, then choose pay back my money. Or grant me nobility, Princess. If you can't do either, remain quiet." Princess grit her lips and grabbed Winter's hand again. Said, "It's not like being late by one day would make a huge difference, please just once." But Winter gave Princess Violet cold look and went back, and Princess just keep looking at him with teary eyes. A thought occurred to Princess Violet. Would this busy man even come to my funeral? After that, Princess feel pain and called family doctor Rickman, the Blooming household physician. He said, "As I've told you many times, there is nothing wrong with your body." Princess reply, "I keep telling you that I have terrible pain. Doctor said, I understand that you had a very delicate upbringing as a princess, but you can't keep feigning illness like this." Princess maid snickers behind her. Princess said, "But it's the truth. It hurts so much. I can barely stand." In cold tone, "Please stop lying and get up. This is becoming a bad habit. If you keep wasting my time like this, I'll have no choice but to tell Madame Catherine." Princess didn't know that he do make prescription of expensive medicine, but instead of giving Princess, he kept all money for himself and gives false report to in-laws and husband that Princess is lying. Maid said, "Madam, you need to get ready soon." Princess, "That's right. It's not like I have a choice since that's what the doctor said, but I did like to change for peace." Princess cut her hair short. All servants are shocked, and whisper what happened to Madame Violet's hair. She said she needed a change of pace, so she cut her hair. Whisper, "It's perfect for us since taking care of long hair is such a hassle." Princess thought, "I don't want to go to the party. It's not like there will be a place for me there. I'll just be looked down on, but if I don't go, they won't leave me alone either." Then a voice came, "Violet, Princess mother-in-law." Princess, "Oh, greetings, mother-in-law and Sir Diev. Catherine Duke Blooming's wife. Diev heir to the Blooming household." Her mother-in-law said, "You are a bit late it because you're feeling unwell. I was quite worried after hearing that you were feeling ill. What did the doctor say?" Princess was about to reply then. Doctor shout from middle of banquet, "Madam Violet, you are here. I told you that she was feigning illness." Whisper started in banquet, "Did you hear that? Feigning? How deceitful does she have to be? Just because she didn't want to attend her in-laws' party." Even her own mother-in-law picked up on Princess and said, "She's a princess, of course. Even a prick would be intense for her." A guest joined her mother-in-law, Madame Catherine. "You are far too lenient on her. Didn't she con the blooming household?" Princess eyes filled with terror. Everyone humility Princess Violet for their fun. Causes her husband nerve came to any banquet with her or event, and Violet always wear shabby clothes causes of her in-laws. A once happy princess, it was a fun subject of gossip everywhere. Princess came outside the banquet and prayed this awful party end soon. Meanwhile her brother-in-law Winter younger brother came. "Violet, there you are. You came alone. Is brother busy as well today?" He is having a sinister smile on his face. Then he took his scarf and gave to Violet. "It's cold today. They're quite terrible, humiliating and tearing you down like that. They don't even care that you're here by yourself. You should have had a drink with me when I asked. As if you have any remaining dignity left to save." He tried to hug Princess without her consent. Princess shouts, "That is out of line. Diev said, you ignorant princess. It would be best if you started making smarter choices. Winter doesn't even come home that often." Princess ran away, and Debbie thought, "You will regret this, princess." How despicable. Who would believe me that the gentlemanly heir of the blooming household is, in fact, an ill-mannered man that flirts with his sister-in-law? No. Would anyone even listen to me in the first place? I can't take it any longer. I refuse to be their punching bag anymore. Farewell to my happy past and hellish married life, and my husband Winter, farewell. Oh, it's not as painful as I thought it would be. My body feels refreshed, as if all the pain and fatigue has been washed out of me. Is this heaven? It's soft and warm. Had I known death would be this sweet, I would have taken my life 3 years ago. How delightful. Then suddenly Princess realized her voice changed. She quickly get up. What the voice, and these are not my hand. What going on? She is currently in her husband body and her body is still lying in her. Princess saw her reflection in mirror, 6 feet 3 inch, with broad shoulders, black hair and gray eyes, a wild outlook but still outrageously good looks. No way, I have become Winter blooming, I must be dreaming. Then a man barged in room with coffee in his hand. It was Hyle, Winter's secretary. He said, "That bastard, Raoul, is here. Please get ready now. Why are you just standing around? I told you. We don't have time. You even woke up late, which is very unlike you, President. Wear this and please put on your tie today. It's a formal occasion." Violet, yes, I understand. Hyle, President. Your manner of speech. Why do you sound more refined? Oh, you're practicing your manners, aren't you? You did go overboard yesterday. Violet asked, "What happened yesterday?" Hyle, I am talking about the meeting over the Vitelin coffee beans. Raoul was asking for 30 rands per gram. What are you doing, sir? Why aren't you getting changed? Violet startled and said, "Now." Then she said, "Which Winter will never say." Hyle, I am a bit embarrassed. Could you step outside for a moment? She thought, even though this is Winter's body, changing in front of another man, I will need your help putting on the tie later. Hyle gets shocked. Goosebumps from Violet words. Hyle said, "Why are you acting like this first thing in the morning? Is this sort of punishment?" Violet said, "Could you please turn around?" Then she dressed up. Hyle, he is helping Violet for tie, and while doing this he said, "Sheesh, President, just swear at me like usual. You never ask for something like favors." Violet inquired, "Are we having a meeting right away?" Hyle replied, "Yes, please remember. You cannot get angry no matter how much that bastard irritates you today, and don't throw the table." Violet normally swear and throw tables. He seemed like a cold-hearted man with a frozen heart. I guess he acts differently in front of other people, though this all must be just my imagination. But that still doesn't mean I can be careless with this negotiation. I can't just take things easy even when I'm dreaming. Violet thought she is still dreaming. Then scene shifts. During meeting the gentleman said, "As I have told you yesterday, I will not sell the victual and coffee beans anywhere below this price." Violet reply, "But we've already signed a contract. If you suddenly raise the price, be difficult for us." But the man said, "This much should be nothing for you. Don't spout nonsense. Isn't your hotel chain currently having unprecedented success?" Violet in-laws and everyone around her always tell Violet lie that Winter is in blink of bankruptcy, so she thought, a success, could he have recovered a bit of his fortune? No. This is simply my own delusion. I have always felt guilty because he lost most of his fortune by marrying me. That's why I welcomed him with open arms whenever he would return home. The man said, "At the current price, I wouldn't even be able to pay the children properly." Violet gets shocked and said, "Children's are working." Man, yes, of course. After hearing child labor, Violet was about to agree the terms and raised price. "I understand, then, as you've suggested." I'll interfere. "President, pardon me. It seems our president had a bit too much to drink last night." He whisper in her ears, "What are you doing, sir? Are you actually hungover?" Violet reply, "No. It's just that there are kids working and..." I'll said, "It's obvious that he's trying to leverage the fact that you were worked to death when you were young children. You did child labor, so he must using your sympathy for his own need. There's no way that cheapskate is paying the children a fair wage in the first place. Even if you pay him more, all it's going to do is line his wallet. Seriously, sir, this obvious." Violet asked, "How would I have reacted normally? If I wasn't hungover, that is." I'll said, "You're really acting weird today. You would have thrown the table at him the second you heard him say 30 rands. I will reschedule your meeting with that bastard." Violet shocked from what I'll said. She thought, I have to throw a fit and Ater would have. She tried to lift the table and thought, would he have thrown something this heavy? The man in front of her, Winter, will throw the table on him. She stopped and think, no, this isn't how she would solve problems. She said to man, "Let's restart the negotiations, from the beginning." The man is shocked that why Winter hasn't done anything. "What are you talking about?" Violet said, "Let's sort this through conversation. We can calmly sort things out until we come to a resolution we both can agree on." She thought throwing the table and instilling fear is how Winter Blooming would have done it, but the one currently present is Violet Lawrence. "I have endured people's ridicule and lived like a ghost. Now that I've sat down here, I need to see this through to the end." She said to man that I will start the negotiation for start, and I won't stop until either we find common ground, or one of us surrenders. Then scene shifts. In Winter house. Winter is ringing bell. "Maid, isn't Madam Violet calling for us? Shouldn't we go check on her?" Another maid said, "Nah. She'll probably just whine about being sick again. Just ignore the bells. How annoying." Winter, "Is this thing broken? Why isn't anyone coming? My head hurts like it was split open." He went to stairs and called Rickman. "Good thing you're here. Treat me right now." But Rickman in annoying tone, "Excuse me. What is it this time?" Winter, "My head hurts. Figure out what's wrong." Rickman, "I already told you yesterday that there's nothing wrong." Winter reply, "What do you mean, nothing's wrong? My whole body feels like crap." Rickman said, "Crap? How vulgar. I have so much to do. Yet she's wasting my time as usual." He fake examined Violet body and said, "Like I said, you're fine. How long are you planning on pretending to be sick?" Winter gets angry and said, "What?" Rickman tried to fool again and said, "I understand that you were a princess, but this is far too excessive." Winter got angry and grabbed Rickman by his shirt in anger. and said I have to go and negotiate with that damned Vitalin cheapskate, so do a proper diagnosis. Winter opens the door of his safe. The safe was filled with gold and money. He took out money and threw it to the Rickman and said, "Is that enough? Now, tell me what you should do." The arrogant doctor now gets startled, and said, "To treat you, no matter what." Winter in angry tone, "That's right. I need to get to the capital as soon as possible, so do whatever it takes. If this body faints on the way, no, my husband will have your head." Winter thought, that, though you're done for as soon as I regain my body. Thank God, finally Winter will fire this useless leech doctor. Servant, are you all right, doctor? Doctor is stunned. He can't believe what is he witnessing. He thought, what's going on? Why would Sir Winter, who values money like his life, give her the code to the safe? Why is Madame Violet acting so high and mighty? Up until a minute ago, she stayed quiet like a mouse despite everything. Then Violet's body start paining again. Winter grab his head in pain. Servant ask, "Are you all right, madam?" Winter said, "I am all right, and bring me coffee, a hot, steaming cup." All servants are also get startled, from what sight they are witnessing. Then servant gave him coffee and thought, she's having it the same way as Sir Winter would have. Said, "How long are you planning on just standing there?" Servants ask, "What do you mean, madam?" Winters barge on them and said, "Rickman, find me a cure, and you, Philippe, get me a train ticket to the capital." Servants, understood. We'll get on it right away. When they leave, Winter thought, they are slow, and what's the matter with this body? That aside, I thought she was a refined princess, but she's just like me. I'm now certain that I've switched bodies with Violet. Winter thought that, he is surprised how well he is taking this body and situation. Compared to being captured and forced to work by tiny people, being experimented on by a witch, this is nothing, especially when there are countless people who hold a grudge against me. He thought maybe someone who is holding grudge against him might done this. Winter, while stroking Violet's hair, thought, it took her long enough to cut her hairs. Then he suddenly remember a flashback of past year winter season, when he was having dinner with his wife. She was very happy. Violet said, "I am so happy, Winter, you're staying home for 4 whole days. And we can even have dinner together." Winter replied, "I'm going back to the capital soon anyway." But still, then Princess smile and, she start blushing and hesitate, ask, "Don't you think my hair is long?" Winter replied, "Yes, it is." Princess asked, "Should I cut it? It would be a fresh change." Winter in cold tone, "Do whatever you want. Is that something I should be having a say in?" He thought that, she's welcome to do whatever she wants. And then Violet face changed causes of his cold behavior. Winter gets up, said, "If you have nothing else to say, I'll be on my way." I don't know if she changed her mind, but she didn't cut her hair then. But after that day, she also stopped pestering me with trivial questions. Oh God, someone give this man communication lesson, damn. Servant came, "Madam Violet, I've brought you the medicine from Dr. Rickman. Also, the carriage to the train station will arrive around dinner time." Winter took medicine and sent servant back. Then he thought that from his answer about Violet haircut, it seems she isn't pleased by his response. Wonder what the problem was. I really can't understand her. Yes, sir, causes you lack of senses. Scene shifts to Winter office where Princess is sleeping on sofa and, Winter assistant came. "Good morning, sir." She asked when did she fall asleep. Assistant replied, "You can rest a bit longer. You've worked hard for the past 2 nights. I didn't think you'd keep Raoul here until he gave up. What I wanted to know is when did you learn how to smoke a cigar? Seriously, yesterday was amazing." During yesterday meeting, even Nobel was surprised that, How does he know proper cigar etiquette despite being of lowly birth? Even Violet said, "We can't be smoking cigars without wine. Can we, Hyle? Grab some good bottles. About 10 of them. I think we'll be talking for a good while." Princess said to Hyle, "I might have gone overboard keeping him here for 47 hours. But Hyle said, "What are you talking about? You scored a successful contract, not to mention, we got to see Raoul back out like the whimpering coward he is. Such a refreshing sight to see. That man cures winter, you monster. Finally you have your way." Violet smiled, and blushes, and thought, "I did it. I didn't think that royal etiquette would come in handy like this. If this is what it's like to live in my own fantasy, such a life doesn't seem so bad. If this is a dream, I hope I never wake up." Hale informed her that, "Winter received a telegram, while you were asleep, from Madame Catherine." Violet asked, "From Mother?" While sipping the coffee, Violet disgusted and thought, "It's scalding hot and way too sweet." Hyle informed about letter context, that Madame Catherine said you should offer Madame Violet a compliment for cutting her hair. Everyone's looking out for her. So why does she not want to get along with the rest of the blooming? In depression tone she said, "I don't care." Hyle said, "Pardon." Princess thought, "Winter has never even once accompanied me to a party. Even when he came to family gatherings, he'd be busy talking about work and disregarding me. How would he know anything about the stares and ridicule I've received? Even if he did know, he wouldn't have sided with me anyway. 'Cause he can't get his money back or Nobel title. Everything is simply her fault. He has no interest in me whatsoever, that's why." Thinking all of this, Violet said to Hyle, "I don't care what my wife does." Hyle, "President." Then suddenly voice came from outside the room, "President, are you there? Madame Violet is here." Everyone is stunned, and Hyle asks, "What? Why is Madame Violet here?" Servant from outside reply, "I'm not sure. She insists that we let her in." But Winter rushed like he does and servants try to stop him. "Mademoiselle can't go in like this." Violet thought, "Is this how I wake up from this dream? I don't want to go back." He barged in the room and ordered, "Everyone get out." "Hello, Winter, isn't there something we need to speak about in private?" Violet, who is in Winter's body, is shocked. Outside the room of Winter's office, there is chaos among the servants. Causes Princess Violet arrived, without any notice. Philippe, voice, "Hyle, there you are." Hyle saw Philippe in distress state. He asked, "Wait, Philippe. What's wrong? Why are you so out of breath?" Philippe asked, "Did Madame Violet arrive here safely?" "She ran full force as soon as she got off the carriage." A flashback of when Winter arrived in Violet body. Philippe shouting, "Madame Violet, you shouldn't strain yourself in your current condition, Madame Violet." Hyle asked, "So you escorted her here?" The hall is full of murmur and whispering of servants. Philippe, "She just kept insisting that she had to go see Sir Winter. Why is everyone gathered out in the hallway? Where's the madam?" Hyle thought, "Why is Madame Violet suddenly acting like that? What changed her?" Inside the room, Winter and Violet are discussing their current condition. Winter, who is in Violet body, asks, "So we switched bodies, explain what's going on." Princess, "I didn't do anything." Winter, an angry tone, "If you didn't do anything, then how did this happen?" Princess reply, "I am just as confused as you are." Winter saw wine bottle in office. He got mad and asked, "What are these wine bottle are doing? And this rotten cigar smell? What the hell you did to my body?" As soon as Winter touched Princess, they both experienced sudden pain. They both fell on ground. They realize they are now in their own bodies. Winter, "I think I know. We went back to our own bodies when our bodies touch." Is that how it works? Princess is disappointed and said, "It seems so." Princess thought, "I came back to this body. It wasn't a delusion nor was it a dream. Does this mean I have to keep enduring all those awful gays in this body, just when I had finally braved myself to escape from that hell?" Winter voice, Violet. Are you listening? Stop daydreaming, and let's finish talking. Princess thought, there's no point in being disappointed. No one cares about my insignificant emotions. Princess replied to Winter, please continue. I'm listening. Winter asked, what happened? Violet, I'm not sure how this happened either. Winter, what? You don't know about the contract that you made? Princess clenched her hand, and thought. Oh. You meant the contract. She thought their marriage contract. He's talking about money. Even in this situation, I am a fool, expecting to have a normal conversation. She thought their soul exchange. It could be, Winter's ash-gray eyes, are a mark of the Khanits tribe that migrated to Lacround long ago. I heard that among them, some were skilled in shamanic magic. Violet said, right, aren't you an outlander? Is there anything you know about supernatural things like this? What? Do you think that all outlanders know how to use magic? Winter gets aggrieved, and in angry tone, are you saying that this happened because I am a lowly outlander? Princess is frightened. She said, no, that's not what I mean. Winter said, it's not that uncommon for people to discriminate against us in an elegant manner, and of course, you're cut from the same fabric as the rest of those all-important royals. Violet, as well shivering out for fear, said, that's not I mean. It's just that something like this has never happened before in my family. She thought, how strange, I just wanted to continue talking with him, if only for a bit longer. She said to Winter, you don't seem like you know much about the Khanits tribe either. That's why I brought it up. She thought, why does this always happen every time I try to get closer? That wasn't what. Winter thought, she's acting like I'm chasing her away. Why does she always react like this? Yes, man, you always neglect her, that's why she is like this. Winter grabbed Princess' hand. What are you doing, Winter? He came out from his office. Heil, he finally came out. What did you talk about for so long, President? He and all servants are stunned from the sight they are witnessing. Winter, he is holding Princess in his arms. Winter said, whether I'm a descendant of a shaman or not, don't waste your energy worrying about useless things and get some rest instead. I know since I dragged that body all the way here, that you shouldn't be able to stay standing any longer. Violet replied, it's not that bad, I can stand. Winter said, no you can't. Winter puts Princess on his bed and remove her shoes. Princess, but this is your room, at least allow me to go to a different room. Winter said, this is the best room. So just stay here, I'm going to work. You stay here and rest. By the way, this thing, your body, I thought I was going to die coming here. Turns out your body is the heaviest burden. He thought, even when I was punished as a servant, it wasn't as painful. He said to Princess, how can you live in such body? But Princess said, really, but I feel pretty good today. Did you eat some good medicine earlier? Winter, that's feeling better. You bewilder me. I'll fetch a doctor, so stay here. Winter, call Heil and instruct him. Call the doctor. Also, buy some comfortable women's clothes. We'll head to the company as soon as I finish washing up. Heil? Wow. But what's been going on with you, sir? You keep doing things you'd never do. Wait, you're suddenly back to normal? Princess thought, in the end, we didn't resolve anything, as usual. Scene shifts. Now new doctor is attending Princess Violet. Doctor, your body is in terrible condition. You've been taking medicine for your weak heart, correct? Princess, yes, that's right. Doctor, this older medicine isn't used anymore because it worsens the migraine. I'll prescribe you a new medicine, so please take that instead. Oh my goodness, who in the world uses this medicine anymore? Was it even prescribed by a real doctor? Princess thought, but at least the migraine can be treated. What a relief. Princess gets up from the bed and ready to leave room. But doctor tried to stop her. Madam, where are you going in your current state? Princess, I requested another bedroom. I should move before the owner of this room returns. Doctor said, why does a married couple act like they are strangers? Violet thought, strangers you say? This only happened because of the body switch. I mustn't get used to this sudden kindness because, in the end, nothing will change, or at least that's what I thought. Then scene shifts to next morning. An army of maids are coming in Violet room with ton of dresses and accessories. Violet is stunned. She asks, why are all these clothes in my room? A voice came, Madam. How was your meal? Now, let's get ready. Even if we start now, we might only barely make it in time. Lulu the hotel maid, we need to choose an outfit for your lunch date with the president. Grab the rest. All maid are super excited to dress up Princess. Princess is surprised and asks, lunch date with my husband. Princess is surprised after seeing such beautiful dresses. She thought, wow, what a fancy dress. Am I really allowed to wear this? Lulu said, Mr. Heil went and bought them in a hurry. He said it'd be the first meal that you had shared in a while. Princess reply, I also only just found out that I'm having a meal with him. Princess thought, if I wore such a fancy dress, to be indulging in such luxury after wasting all her husband's money. How shameless can one be? The entire blooming household would be up in arms. Princess thought, let's something modest as usual. Maid, that color looks perfect on you. Madam, it looks perfect for this weather. I also like that. Princess. Princess said, no, I was going to pick a different one. Lulu, do you not like that dress? You've been staring at that dress from the start. Princess, have I? Princess thought, actually it's my favorite color. Then she thought, as there's no one here to criticize me, maybe I can, just for today. Princess informed maid Lulu, then I'd like to go with this dress. Lulu, excellent choice madam. Elle will do your hair and makeup. Please have a seat. While brushing Princess' hair, Lulu said, President indeed a lucky man. To have such a kind and beautiful wife. Princess reply, thank you for your kind words. Princess, but I'm a bit worried. How can my husband afford all this? Maid Lulu surprised from Princess' words. What do you mean madam? Princess reply, I heard that after spending 24 million lakhnas to marry me, he almost declared bankruptcy. Lulu, that's so, that's odd. The president buys dresses like these regularly. Princess is surprised from hearing Lulu words regularly. Maid Lulu, inform Princess, that Heil is always buying racks of dresses. Princess thought, that's impossible. I've not once received a dress from my husband. Then who did he buy all those presses for? Princess thought maybe Winter have affair, but little did she know that her in-laws are the one who never inform her about dresses sent by Winter. Winter, what's taking her so long? Heil, there's still 2 minutes left, President. Besides, the clothes just arrived at 10 a.m. Of course, she'd be late. Winter, why do you keep taking Violet's side? Winter, what's the point of taking so long when all she's going to wear is some old-fashioned dress like she usually does? Heil replied, that's true. Why does the madam always wear simple dresses? While they both were talking, Princess Violet arrived. Winter kept mumbling. It's probably just the precious princess's style. How could people like us possibly understand? Princess arrived. She looked so mesmerizing that Winter stopped talking and kept looking at her. Princess, shall we go? Winter. Winter replied, I was expecting you to dress like you usually would. Princess, why did you assume that? Winter said, because you like old-fashioned dresses. Princess startled from Winter words. She tried to say that is because, but she stopped and thought, there is no point of saying anything, because he would care. I am famishing, let's go. They both went to a fancy restaurant. Violet. Wow, the view is gorgeous. Winter, though we almost ended up seeing the night view from all the quarreling. Violet. That's because you were saying all that unnecessary stuff. A flash before they enter the restaurant on ground floor. Winter, we'll take the elevator. Violet. I can handle that much. My bedroom is also on the 5th floor. Winter. How can you possibly climb 5 floors in your condition? Hyle. Immediately install an elevator in the mansion. Hyle. Yes, sir. Violet exhaust. I told you that you didn't have to. Was walking around in my body that difficult? This means that Winter doesn't have any idea how her wife lives in mansion. Her room is on 5th floor, most for rest and almost in the corner of mansion. Winter, you were right. Violet puzzled. What do you mean? Winter reply. I looked into my ancestry, the Khanits tribe. There are various records of people switching bodies with one another, even though they didn't have shaman powers, but we couldn't find out exactly how it works nor the reason, and also, the contract you negotiated was excellent. Then Winter said, let me give you a reward. Violet. Reward. Giving your wife a reward. She thought Winter as stiff as ever. What I want to receive from Winter is. Violet replied, then would you please escort me to your father's birthday party next month? Can you be please my side? Winter as usual in cold tone. He replied, you seem to be severely mistaken. My time is far more valuable than you think. I meant a materialistic reward. Tell me an item that you want. Violet. I see. She thought even though we've been married for 3 years, we're still practically strangers. I'm so sick and tired of this. Violet reply, it's fine. I don't need a reward. I'm just glad everything worked out for you. Then a Winter gets irritated. He said, this again, I despise your attitude. If you want to say something, just say it. Don't be so meek. Winter thought Violet is showing her princess attitude. Princess said, there is something I would like to know. Winter, what is it? Violet, if I had died, would you come to my funeral? Winter, what? What do you mean by that? Violet, it's exactly as I said. Winter, if you die, don't be so childish. Violet reply, why do you think I am being childish? Winter thought, you know nothing about me. He said to Violet, how many times have you been hit in your life? Have you ever been forced to work for anyone? What about been locked up somewhere? Tied up and dragged around, and worst, have you ever starved because you were too poor? Then sarcastically, Winter, as are you actually threatening to kill yourself? Violet reply, I am simply asking, if I had died, would you have finally give me a day of your time? She thought, I know it's a useless question, because you are the man that wouldn't use a single day for me. Oh man, he is literally gatekeeping his wife's trauma. Winter leave table and Violet in anger. Then Hyle came back. President, I am back. Oh, did you already finish your meal? I have the quote for the elevator. President, where are going in the middle of your meal? Sir, why are you leaving Madam behind? Winter left without a word and our meal end up our emotions in mess. Madam Violet, it's almost sunset. You need to return to mansion soon. Violet replies, I am sure you lady have it hard time having to serve me. Maid, that isn't so. Violet, I know it's getting late, I will head back now, have Lulu fetch the carriage. A voice came, oh my goodness Violet. I can't believe this, it's been so long since I have last seen you. Ariella Lawrence, Violet's cousin and a famous actress. Violet. It's been a while, Ariel, you have been busy lately, haven't? Ariella said, I am always busy, or not you quit free though. You should visit me in the capital more often. Violet reply, I think I will do that, it feels good to get out of the house. Ariella said, I am so jealous, I would like to marry early like you and spend my days arranging flowers in elegance. Violet said, is that so? Ariella said, oh right, I actually see Sir Winter quite often at Keisel Stadium. You know how I had our leaving from young age, right? We get along pretty well thanks to that. Wait, I forgot you dislike barbaric sports like that. Violet. It's not that I dislike it because it's barbaric. I just do not enjoy them because they are unfamiliar to me. Ariella said, Violet, there you go again, you are always trying too hard to seem like a good person. No wonder why Sir Winter finds you frustrating. Violet. He said I am frustrating. Ariella. You did not know. Violet thought the old me probably would have pushed back, but everything I say is useless. I am just a princess that doesn't know anything. Nor do I know how to empathy with anyone because of my sheltered upbringing. Everything I say is just. No wonder people think I am frustrating. If I told her that my life isn't as elegant as she imagines, would she believe me? She did probably disagree me as a sheltered princess throwing a tantrum just like everyone else has. Scene shifts. Now Princess is in carriage with Lulu maid. Princess said to Lulu, does Ariella frequently stay at Connie's hotel? Lulu reply, yes madam, I have seen her quite frequently at Capital Branch. She says she likes our hotel so much that even when she touring in countryside she always tries to stay at Connie's hotel. Lulu thought, could it be the reason by Madame Violet within aware of the dresses? Means maybe winter dresses to Ariella, not Madame Violet. Princess said, it's all right, I was just curious. Lulu said, you did not get to finish your meat earlier, did you madam? I will prepare the best dinner for you then we get back. Violet, it's fine, I do not have much an appetite Lulu, but. Violet thought, he has never been home much, but I trusted that he would at least stay faithful. So much did it never occur to me women. I can no longer care who he see. Now Violet is in her room. This is Lulu maid. Reply is in the scent of coffee magnificent. If you do not have an appetite, would you at least like some dessert? If you would not drink it, please keep it in your hand. It's quite chilly now that's the sun has set. There's no much to living, but as long as your stomach is full, life is quite alright. Even if things seems like doom and gloom, you can find solace just for a cup of tea. Life is funny like that. I genuinely hope you will feel better soon, Madam Violet. It's warm. Violet. I really do feel better. I am sorry, but is it too late to ask you for dinner? As you have said, I think eating something will energize me. Lulu with sparkling eyes, of course, madam, I will tell them to prepare it. I will have it ready on time. In the meantime, please rest. Madam Violet smiles. The dinner Lulu and Turin the chef prepared was excellent. Lulu and chef, both of them trying to feed Violet with delicious food and try to earn some compliment by competing. Violet feel overwhelmed. Violet thought, to have people care about me is a small satisfaction I haven't felt in a long time. There is not much to living, but as long as you stomach is full, life is quite alright. Violet to Lulu, you were right Lulu. Lulu, pardon me, did you say something? Madam Violet, it's nothing, thanks for the meal. Well, has my husband returned yet? Lulu, yes, just a moment ago. I thought he has stayed at hotel headquarters tonight, but he came back. Violet, I have to see him. I no longer want to be a frustrating person. Scene shifts winter office. He is angry causes of his previous conversation with Princess. He thought, what possible reason is there for you to say like that? You have really lost it. Pathetic. To chastise yourself over something she probably said without a thought. Why do you think I am working so hard to earn money for who? Knock on the door. Winter, are you there? I am sorry for bothering you at such later hour, but there is something I would like to say to you. Winter thought at this time. He opened the door. He asked, what brings you here? Wait, were you not finished early conversation? They both look at each other. While it's set, we will probably continue to be like this. We would not change ever. And that's why I feel all more certain. Winter. Princess Violet said, I want divorce. This manhwa ends here. If you want us to continue, then please type Princess Violet. Thank you for watching. Till then, bye, take care and be safe, and please like, comments, and subscribe.